Today we are going to talk about Long Yan Rou, also known as dried longan fruit, from a traditional Chinese medicine food therapy perspective. According to Shenlong Ban Zhao Jing, Long Yan Rou nourishes the heart, tonifies the spleen, supplements blood, and calms the shen. From a TCM point of view, this already tells us a lot about who this herb is for. Historically, Long Yan Rou was commonly used by scholars and individuals engaged in excessive mental work, people who spent long hours studying, thinking, and worrying. These individuals often showed patterns of mental overactivity, combined with physical fatigue, poor digestion, disturbed sleep. I think this pattern is also very common these days. Long Yan Rou was also traditionally used for women during the postpartum period when blood and qi are depleted and when emotional vulnerability and insomnia, palpitations are more likely to appear, right? So it was a very key herb to use in postpartum period. Insomnia related to overthinking or if the person is deficiency, or so palpitations, anxiety, poor memories, fatigue with mental restless. Long Yan Rou is a very good herb to use. So I think in these cases, the goal is not stimulation, but nourishment and grounding, supporting the heart and spleen so the shen can settle naturally. From a formula perspective, Long Yan Rou plays an important role in Gui Pitang, classical herbal formula used for heart and spleen qi and blood deficiency. We can talk about this formula in the future class. Because it is sweet and warm in nature, it is important not to excessively consume of Long Yan Rou for a very long time because it will create damp heat. When we look at spleen's function, spleen governs transformation and transportation of fluids. Excessive intake of sweets and warm substances can impair spleen function. That can lead to reduced transformation of fluids, then accumulation of dampness. So like there's so many dampness and it will create heat, and then you will end up having damp heat patterns. And common clinical signs of damp heat would be sticky sensation in the mouth, bloating or heaviness in your body. Your tongue coat is very greasy and yellow, and you will have the skin breakouts very easily, and it comes back in a very short time. Let's see how we can use Long Yan Rou in our daily food therapy. We can make a simple tea. You can add about like 10 dried Long Yan Rou, and or you can use some fresh longan if you can't find dry ones, and add like 3 dried dates, and you can use some fork and make a little holes, and 1 big spoonful of Glowjini, and add all in 1 liter of boiling water and boil it about 40 minutes. Then you will make a really good tea that improves sleep. It also has a calming effect, nourish blood, boost energy. It can support digestion because it goes Long Yan Rou goes into spleen, right? So it supports the digestion. It's got rich in antioxidants, lots of vitamins, right? So it will be good for skin as well. Although this is a gentle, nourishing herb, Improper use or excessive intake may disrupt physiological balance and lead to damp heat formation. In TCM food therapy, effectiveness depends not on how nourishing a food is, but on how consumes it, in what condition, and in what amount. When used appropriately, Long Yan Rou is not just a calming food. It is a way to help the body and mind return to balance. And this herb teaches us that in Chinese medicine, supporting the mind often begins by nourishing the spleen and the blood. Long Yan Rou is a classic example of the TCM concept. Food and medicine come from the same source. It is gentle, nourishing, and commonly used both as a food and as an herbal ingredient.